Distinguish between relevant and irrelevant evidence. Relevant evidence actually proves what your claim says. Sometimes authors will throw in evidence that is not so relevant or irrelevant to the claim they're trying to make. It's your job to notice when they do this. For instance, let's say an author claims that Steph Curry is the greatest shooter in professional basketball. Let's try to figure out which pieces of evidence are relevant to this claim and which are irrelevant. The first piece of evidence says, Curry is well liked by his teammates and coaches and shows excellent sportsmanship. This piece of evidence does talk about Steph Curry, and it does show a positive trait of his, but it does not show that he is the greatest shooter in professional basketball. In fact, it doesn't have to do with his shooting at all. This piece of evidence is irrelevant. The next piece of evidence says, Steph Curry's stellar performance on the college basketball court earned him the attention of the National Basketball Association. This one is a little bit closer. Again, it does talk about Steph Curry, and at least it talks about his basketball skills. It says that the NBA, or the National Basketball Association, noticed that he was good at the sport. However, it still doesn't talk about his shooting skills. I don't walk away from this piece of evidence believing that he's the greatest shooter around right now. This evidence is still not relevant enough. The last piece of evidence says, Curry earned a career high score of 54 points and set a record for the most three-point shots ever in a game. Finally, the piece of evidence is about Steph Curry and talks about his shooting skills. We know that he earned a high score of 54 points in one game and also set a record for the most three-point shots ever, meaning he's better than other people who are currently playing. Evidence number 3 is the most relevant.